Ajidankwa, can you hear me?
Yeah, please, I can hear you.
Yes, you have the floor now.
Okay, my name is Ajidankwa Samuel. I'm currently in Kumasi, especially graduate for education, to be precise. I'm also a member of the team ASFIT, and I'm the Ashanti Regional Coordinator as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajay, for being part of us. Ajay is the Ashanti Regional Coordinator of this organization. So we are happy to have you with us. Yes, David Ofori. David Ofori, please, can you hear us? David Ofori, if you can hear me, kindly unmute yourself and introduce yourself. It seems David Ofori cannot hear us. So let's move to Apri Philip. Apri Philip. Please take note that you are muted. Yes, Apri. You have the floor now.
Thank you very much. I am Apuri Philip, joining you from the Upper East region in Avrongo to be precise. I'm actually glad to be part of this audience.
Thank you very much, Philip, for joining us from Upper East region. Richard, you are next. Richard, can you hear me? You are muted. You would have to unmute yourself first before you can submit. Richard, I'm not sure Richard can hear me. Yes, Richard.
Hello?
Yes, you have the floor.
Yeah. I'm Richard Nanigito from. Okay. I'm Richard Nanigito from Bonafo, Wentiti to the society. I'm actually happy to be part of this initiative. Hello.
Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you very much, Richard. Linda is joining us. Okay. So Mohammed Hajara, if you can hear me, you are next. Mohammed Hajara. Mohammed Hajara, you are muted. Yes, so you can then submit. Please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Please, I'm Mohammed Hajara Maltiti from the northern region of Ghana, and Tamil to be precise.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed Hajara. So, Philip Anno, please, you are next. Kindly introduce yourself. Philip, you are muted, Philip. Philip, you are muted. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, thank you very much. I just joined. I don't know how the formalities and how the part of presenting is.
So
I don't know, but I'm not supposed to mention my name, where I'm from. Can you please brief me on that?
yes, so right now it's about introduction.
Oh, okay. So my name is Philip Odrano, and I am a Ghanaian, and I currently reside in Accra. And I think it's a privilege to be part of this team, and as well also to be part of like-minded groups that are trying to build peace around the world. And I think thank the team for accepting my proposal, my application, and also bringing me on board. And I look forward to learning from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Philip. So I think for now, all those here on the call have introduced themselves. So we would have to start with the webinar whilst we wait for colleagues who would want to join us. So let me first of all welcome you and to tell you that we are about starting the webinar, and it's going to be recorded and it's also going to be live on our YouTube channel. On YouTube, you can find us African Students for Interfaith Tolerance on YouTube. So it's going to be streaming live on that YouTube channel as well. Okay, so I would be going live now so that we can start our discussions. Just give me some few minutes and we should be okay. Give me some few minutes and we in some few minutes time, it will be broadcasted to YouTube for future purposes. Okay. Welcome once again to everybody. Let's proceed with the discussion whilst it's been connected. So before we start the discussion, there is a very simple poll for you, and want to know how you are feeling. Want to know how you're feeling? Yes, so we are going to answer the first two questions. So you can just answer the first two questions. How are you feeling today? And how prepared are you for the learning experience in terms of the month experience that you're going to go through? How prepared do you think you are? So let's see. Okay. Okay. So the polls are still on. Some few people, I think 6 out of 13 so far. Okay. 7 out of 13. So if you're not taking the poll, just do that so we can end the poll as soon as possible and proceed. All right, 9 out of 13. I think we still have 4 people who are yet to answer or respond to the poll. 3 people more. Okay, 3 people more. Yeah, so we have 3 people who are yet to respond to the poll. Please do that. Let us know how you are feeling and how prepared you are. So I'll be ending the poll in the next 5 seconds. If you have not taken part, please do, because it will be ended in the next 5 seconds. Okay. All right. Okay, so I've ended the poll and I will share the results with you. So as you can see, we have 30% feeling great, and we have 70% being excited. We have 100% being ready for the learning experience, and we have 50-50 in terms of impressions of the webinar. So with the impressions, we will have that come back again at the end of the webinar, so we can assess how it is, how the webinar went, and whether you are happy about it. So that we would look at that afterwards. So let's delve deeper into the program. So I'm being told that we are not streaming live on YouTube, so that we should rather go for Facebook due to the technicalities involved. So it will be streamed live on Facebook page instead of the YouTube as we planned earlier. All right, so that is a change that I've just been communicated to right now. I've just been told that there's going to be that change. All right, so I want to first of all talk about the fellowship program in general, and then if there are specific questions that you have, then feel free to bring them on board for us to have a discussion around them. So first of all, ASFIT Young Peacebuilders Fellowship Program, it's an initiative by African Students for Interfaith Tolerance to promote youth participation in peace building. But we know that the youth cannot be able to participate meaningfully if they do not have the necessary skills that are needed for them to be able to participate. That is why we came out with the idea of creating an avenue for young people to be equipped with the needed skills and to be equipped with the knowledge, so that when they are given the opportunity to sit at the table, they can be able to contribute and participate meaningfully. So that is why we came up with African Students for Interfaith Tolerance Fellowship Program. The fellowship program is expected to span a period of 1 month, and by the end of June this month, we would be done with the fellowship program. However, we will have an outstanding engagement, and that outstanding engagement is going to be a peace camp that we intend hosting. We intend hosting this peace camp together with fellows who would completely graduate or successfully complete the process. I know, for instance, that you may start and you don't be able to end, or within the program, you are not able to participate too effectively. So there are such issues, but we hope that everybody goes through successfully so that we can all be trained and be given the needed skills that would enable us contribute meaningfully to peace building. Yes. So I would like to share with you dates of the fellowship program, how it's going to be run, for you to be able to abreast yourself with them. Sorry for the interruption. So the first interaction would be on the 4th of June. On the 4th of June. That would be Friday. Friday, the 4th of June, you would have a session. You would have a session. And I'll share this information again to you via email so that you can keep that and always make sure you reference that for your own planning. So the first webinar would be on the 4th of June. All right, so the next session would be on Saturday, the 5th of June. The next session would be on 5th of June. 5th of June. All right. I'm still having issues with some who are currently having issues to join. So I'm trying to respond to their queries and make sure they are also able to join us for this important webinar, because this will form the basis of the entire program. If you're able to participate in this webinar and to ask your questions and to be given the needed clarification, you may find it difficult in the course of the program. Good. All right, so that is it. I'm trying to also respond to them just so they can be able to join us. I was saying that the next webinar or the next session would be on the 5th of June. So we have Friday, Saturday, 4th June, 5th June. That's the first phase. The first phase. The fellowship program would be divided into 3 phases. The first phase will be Saturday and Friday, 5th June and 6th June. First phase is done. Then second phase would be the next week, Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday. The third phase would also be the subsequent week, Friday and Saturday. The reason being that people who are going to join the fellowship program are most likely going to be in school or be engaged in 1 or 2 things. So we schedule it with the facilitators to handle the sessions on Fridays and Saturdays, just so you are able to find time to join the program. So the first session being on 4th June 2021, the second session being on 5th June 2021. That's the first phase. Then the second phase would be 11th June 2021 and 12th June 2021. That's the second phase. Then the third phase would be 18th June 2021, and 19 June 2021. And that would be the final phase. That would be the final phase. That would be the final phase. Good. So these are the three main phases of the fellowship program. But again, what are some of the topics that will be covered by the facilitators? That is what I'm now going to talk about. What are the topics, or what are the themes that will be covered by the facilitators under each of the sessions? So the first phase, we have the first phase, first session. Please take note. First phase, first session. We have digesting the concepts, peace, violence, and conflict. And that is scheduled for 4th June. Then we have another one. First phase, second session. First phase, second session. First phase, second session. And that is first phase, second session. That would be empathizing and dialogue in peace building. Empathizing and dialogue in peace building. How empathy and dialogue interlinks in peace building. That would be considered. Then second phase, first session. Second phase, first session. So that would be the next week. That would be on 11th June. SDGs in perspective. SDGs in perspective. So you will see in my background, and you have sustainable development goals. Okay, so somebody's asking a question. I'll just ask you to hold on a bit for me so that I would just conclude on this and come to reply to your answer. So second phase, first session, we have SDGs in perspective, shaping the future together. And that would be on 11th June 2021. Then second phase, second session, we would have activating positive peace and cost of violence. Activating positive peace and cost of violence. And that would be on the 12th June 2021. Then we have third phase. And the third phase, first session, we have understanding youth, peace, and security in Ghanaian context. Understanding youth, peace, and security in Ghanaian context. And that would be 18th June 2021. Then we also have the second session of third phase. So third phase, second session. We have exploring peace building and policy frameworks. Exploring peace building and policy frameworks. United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250. United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250. So these are the various sessions. Aside that, we are going to climax the program with a peace camp. And that is what I said, we will discuss that together and to find a favorable date and time for the peace camp. A peace camp which is not going to last more than 3 days. More than 3 days. It's just going to be 2 days, 3 days. We consider between that 2 days, 3 days for us to interact and meet ourselves and also to learn. And the idea behind that is to create or build networks and relationships, visit religious sites and religious leaders, and also share our experiences of the entire fellowship program. And that we hope should be within the month of July. It should be within the month of July. That is the expectation. That is the expectation. And each of these sessions would be at most 2 hours. At most 2 hours. So we wouldn't have a session that would last beyond 2 hours, at most 2 hours. And again, each of these sessions would be held between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So latest by 3 p.m., everybody would be on the call with the facilitator. And by 5 p.m., latest by 5 p.m., we would have finished with the session. So we're going to have 6 sessions, 3 phases. 6 sessions, 3 phases for the program. 6 sessions, 3 phases. Great. I think some questions have already been sent to me in the chat box. Let me just access them and respond to them. Somebody asked, Linda asked, what times of the day? So Linda, it will be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at most. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So meaning we can have a session which will be less than 2 hours. It can be an hour or an hour and 30 minutes. Yes, but it shouldn't be more than 2 hours. Then what will be the time for the sessions? Okay, so I said the sessions would be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you have any other question, you can send it to the chat box, or you can just raise your hand virtually and the microphone will be turned to you to also ask your question. So I think this is basically what the fellowship program is all about. I intend to show you something on with regards to the facilitators, those who are going to facilitate the sessions. So just give me some few minutes and I would sort that out. I would share the facilitators with you, those who are going to be facilitating the sessions. Who are they? What are their qualifications? I will share that with you. And same will be shared with you during the sessions. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. If you have any question, feel free to ask. At the end of the sessions or at the end of the fellowship program, what happens? I'm sure some will be asking this question in their mind. 2 things will happen at the end of the fellowship program. More than 2 things, I should say. The first thing is we are going to launch an alumni group. All those who would complete the process would form part of an alumni group that would be created. And the alumni group, we are hoping that they will become change agents and peace builders, and they would also be supported when funds are available to carry out mini projects in their various communities. So when funds are made available to us, we would provide mini grants to successful fellows to carry out peace building programs and projects in their various communities. Then again, we would provide certificates for all participants who are able to successfully attend the 6 sessions and the peace camp as well. Yes, so that is what will happen after that. And again, we would keep in touch with you in case other projects are coming on board, and in case we're having new projects that we think that you can play a role, we will reach out to you. And when there are training programs, when there are other events and whatever, we will be able to reach out. Okay, so Mr. Amos Ajay is asking, where will we get funding for their respective projects. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Amos. The idea is that we will solicit for funds, and when funds are made available to us, we would support you with mini grants to carry out projects in your communities. And currently, a proposal has already been submitted, and we are hoping that when it comes, when it goes through, then we can be able to support you. However, if it doesn't go through, we may also rely on you to also look within your various localities to see the people that we can reach out to in the private sector, in public sector, or whatever field they are, to support the organizational efforts and strengthening youth involvement in peace building. Okay, so I think there's a question here. I am passionate about this. Okay, Linda, thank you. Can Sundays be shifted a bit for about an hour? I have a weekend class that ends around that time. Oh, Linda, I don't know, but it will be difficult because the facilitators, some of them are not from Ghana, or they're not in Ghana. Some are going to join us from different time zones. Some are going to join us from different time zones. So I don't know how we can be able to shift the time, but I'm sure we can have a discussion to see how you can take part in such discussions when you are done with your course. I'm sure we can still have some kind of discussion around that. So Linda, that is well noted. That is well noted. Can we know where we are aiming to solicit for funds for our? I think I've answered that already. I've answered that already in terms of raising funds. We can raise funds from different sources, but all of us would have a role to play in raising the funds for our mini projects. That should be taken notice of. All right, so let me share with you the facilitators. Since I think for now we don't have questions coming in, so let me share with you the facilitators of the program. Please, I'm not sure, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen? If you can kindly just put inside the chat box if you can see my screen. I want to be sure that you are seeing what I wanted to see. All right, so if you can see my screen. No, please. Linda cannot see my screen. What about you? Can you see my screen? Yes, okay. I can now see, okay. Yes, all right. So I think my screen can be seen by all. All right, so these are some of the facilitators of the fellowship program. These are some of them, not all of them. All right. So we have Solomon Tayina, and Solomon is a procurement manager, and he holds an MPhil in social administration with specialty in peace, conflict, and security research. And Solomon is also the peace and security analyst at African Students for Interfaith Tolerance. And he will be facilitating the first session. He will be facilitating a session on digesting the concepts peace, violence, and conflict on 4th June 2021. That will be the session that Solomon will be would be facilitating. We have John Rasmussen, and John is a dialogue practitioner, a troublemaker for peace, diversity and inclusion consultant for World Organization of the Scouts movement in Europe. And he is also a dialogue for peace facilitator and co-founder of an online circle, and co-founder of what? Online Circle of Compassion. And he would facilitate a session on the 5th of June, empathizing and dialogue in peace building. Then we have Mr. Rafiul Lawal. Mr. Rafiul Lawal is the regional coordinator of the United Network of Young Peacebuilders in West and Central Africa. He is also the founder and executive director of Building Blocks for Peace Foundation in Nigeria. Building Blocks for Peace Foundation in Nigeria. Then we also have Dr. Edu Sadiq, and he is the executive director, Amman Center for Democracy, Democracy, Security, and Counter-Extremism, Africa. And he is a lecturer with Pentecost University, peace and security expert, broadcast journalist, leadership and development coach. So these are four or some of the facilitators who will take us through the 6 sessions. The 6 sessions. We have Milton, Mr. Milton, who would join us from the Institute for Economics and Peace, and he is not here. We also have Mrs. Press from United Nations Development Program in Ghana, and she will be facilitating a session on SDGs in perspective, shaping the future together. So these are going to be the facilitators of the program. These are going to be the facilitators of the program. So any question at this point? Is there any question? Philip, do you have a question to ask? Okay. It seems Philip do not have any question right now. So in case you have any question, yes, please. All right, Pascal is asking a question. Pascal, please, can the peace camp come up this June? Maybe some of us students will be writing our final exam in July. Can the peace camp come in June? Okay, so Pascal is asking. Pascal, I'm not sure we may be able to have it this month because the peace camp involves a lot of activities that are going to be put in place. So June would be too short for the planning. June would be too short for the planning of the peace camp for us. Okay, so it's asking where will be the venue most likely be? That is also being considered, but the idea is we will have the peace camp in one of the communities in northern Ghana. We will go to one of the communities in northern Ghana to have a feel of how the field looks like. We'll have a feel of how the field will look like when we are going to have our peace building projects and initiatives. And we are also lucky to have some facilitators joining us on the field as part of the peace camp. So that is being worked on. Let's hope that. Okay, so the next question is, are we to fund the peace camp are we to fund the peace camp? The idea is no, you will not fund the peace camp, but you would play roles in raising funds for the peace camp when the time or when the needs arises. Okay, so can we have the peace camp online due to COVID-19, or we suspend it for some time? Okay, so this is a concern being raised by Amos. Yes. Okay, so it's fine. It's fine depending on the COVID-19 situation there, and at that time we can consider suspending it. I don't think we would all agree to have it online. It's good we meet and have the network building and also visit some attractions and also engage with some people just to add some value to our program. So if COVID-19 do not permit us to have it in July, we can possibly suspend it for some time, but we would definitely have it. We would definitely have it face to face. Yes. And then I hope the program outline will be shared with us after the webinar. Yes, Philip, the outline will be shared with you via email after the webinar. Yes, that will be done. Yes. So any further questions? But do not be worried so much about the peace camp. For now, just focus on being able to attend the sessions and take part in the training programs. If COVID-19 do not permit us to have the peace camp next month, or if our schedules are going to have a problem with us having the peace camp next month, then we can possibly have it later during the year. There's no problem with that. We can have it later during the year. Okay. So I think Amos again is saying that good one there. I'm very happy. Please, let's create a WhatsApp page to help us communicate effectively. Yes, I do think so. Creating a WhatsApp page wouldn't be bad. However, that would mean that we would have to all send our WhatsApp numbers to be added to the WhatsApp group. Yes, creating a WhatsApp page wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. So I'll check through those numbers that I do have that are on WhatsApp. I would create a group and let the team know about it so that we can interact and communicate more. All right, so questions? If you want to find out anything about the fellowship program, this is a time you can bring it for us to discuss and for us to be able to answer that. Where do we send the numbers? Where do we send the numbers? A question. Where do we send the numbers? Okay, so at the end of the program, I think I would have to give you a number. I think let me just type in my number for you to send your numbers to it. The message should just be simple, your name and your number, so that you'll be added to the group, your name and number. After the, all right, so WhatsApp this number. Let me give you the WhatsApp number, 7160042. WhatsApp it, your name, and just send your name, I'm a fellow, and your name, that's all. WhatsApp. Okay. So just send a message to this, and that should be okay. So you just write it down. Amos, you hold on, send the message to the WhatsApp number that has been sent. Again, when I'm sending the the resources, the outline. I'll add a link. I'll add a WhatsApp link in case you would want to click on the link to join the group. Anyway, will be okay. That would be okay. So, but before we end the session or before we end the meeting, at a point, I would like you to turn on your camera briefly so that we can have a selfie. Yeah, a selfie. After the engagement, we have a selfie. Yes. So we are still going to be there for questions. Questions. Philip, do you have a question? Philip, you are muted. If you want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself. Philip Anno, pardon me if I haven't been able to pronounce your name correctly. If you have a question, you can unmute yourself. Yes, you are muted now.
Yeah, thank you. No, I don't have a question for now, so not at the moment. So,
all right.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to believe for now we have been able to digest, if not all, but most of the questions that we have in mind. So we can end our call now and then probably get in touch in case you remember any question that you want to ask, but you couldn't ask. That is fine. You can still go ahead and then ask the question. So let us all turn on our cameras for now so that, yes, Philip, Amos, God knows, Richard, Linda, yes, so great. Yeah. Amos, Richard, Joyce, and then we have Ajay. Okay, so Amos said we should wait. I'm going to wait some few seconds and we'll take our selfie. Okay. It seems most of us are not smiling. I can see Albert here. Albert, you have to smile to the camera. This is selfie. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So I think we don't have questions now. So let me share the last pool. Okay. Stop sharing. Let me relaunch the pool for you. Just the last question. The last question. We want to know, how are you feeling? What are your impressions of the webinar? What are your impressions of the webinar? What are your impressions of the webinar? What are your impressions? Okay, so we have 9 out of 14 people participating. Please, if you haven't taken part, please do that. If you haven't taken part in the poll, it's displayed on your screen. It will be ended in some few seconds. If you haven't taken the poll, please do that. Okay. All right, so I'll be ending the poll in the next 5 seconds. The next 5 seconds, I would be ending the poll. All right, so I'm ending the poll now. So I'll be displaying the results with you shortly. Okay, so the results are being displayed on your screens. All right, so 82% saying that they are excellent, impressed. Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much for finding time to join this webinar. Please take notes and prepare for the start of the facilitation or for the start of the sessions on Friday, 3 p.m. So please do well to take part. Friday, 3 p.m. would be the start of the program in terms of the facilitation. Please do well to do that. Thank you. So if there's no other question, then we'll end the informational webinar now and get back to other engagements as well. Do you have any question? Okay, so I assume we are done and we have been able to answer all the necessary questions or the pertinent questions. Thank you very much and may God be with us all. Bye-bye.